Israeli forces are carrying out more raids across the occupied West Bank. The army has fired gunshots and used stun grenades in the village of Burqa near Nablus on Sunday morning. Palestinians are subject to increasingly restrictive living conditions in the occupied territory, with the risk of being raided or detained at any time. Let's bring in Nour Odeh live in Amman. She's there because the Israeli government and the Palestinian Authority have banned Al Jazeera from reporting from inside Israel and the occupied West Bank. Nour, we are seeing a real focus on the area around Nablus in the last few days.
That is right. I mean, after having been in Jenin and Tulkarem, Elizabeth, for over 40 days now, completely destroying the refugee camps, 3 of them, in that area, there is now more focus on the Nablus area, which is quite a large governorate. There are several large illegal Israeli settlements there as well. And so we're seeing more stepped up military action in Nablus and in the villages around Nablus and Tubas as well. So the Israeli army moving from the northern tip of the occupied West Bank further down to the south, which really is a translation of what the Israeli military and the Israeli Minister of Defense have said, that this is going to be a prolonged and comprehensive military assault on the entire territory of the West Bank.
And of course, we have seen a real intensification of Israeli military raids across the occupied West Bank after the ceasefire in Gaza began. What are you hearing, Nour, about that Israeli delegation that will be traveling to Doha on Monday to see if they can continue the ceasefire?
Well, it's very interesting when you take a look, Elizabeth, at the newspapers that have come out today in Israel. For example, the focus is on the Witkoff effect, if you will. Despite thousands of people coming out in the streets and marching and criticizing the Israeli government for not prioritizing bringing back the Israeli captives, for focusing rather on drawing up military plans to reinvade the Gaza Strip, to reignite the war, a lot of the headlines are focused on the fact that it's Witkoff, the Trump's envoy, who has pushed things into a different direction, at least for now, proposing something in direct talks with Hamas in order to move the ceasefire forward. Even though this is not phase 2 that everybody was talking about, at least there is a proposal on the table. Yair Lapid, the head of the Israeli opposition, even commented earlier this morning that the Americans are proposing things and getting directly involved in talks because they simply don't trust Netanyahu to continue the ceasefire and get all the captives out.
Nour Odeh with the latest live in Amman. Thank you, Nour.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.